Hey, what's happening, everyone? It's GBall, and I have a new knife here to unbox for you, coming in from Wixco Knives. They have a bunch of stuff coming here in 2026. At the time of recording this knife is not available yet, so I don't have all the information, but at the time you are seeing this video, they will be available, and I'll have all the links and information down in the description. We have a new zippered pouch, but you get that removable RE. This knife looks awesome, by the way. It is called the Jugger. Now, if this is your first time stopping by here, welcome to GBall Vision. Feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what your EDC is for the day. Ooh, and this is larger than I thought it was going to be. I thought maybe it would be a smaller knife. It is, in fact, a little bit larger of a knife. Right off the rip, we have some beautiful carbon fiber. I don't know that I have seen this stuff before. They have a couple different variations from what I've seen. I've only seen a couple of photos, and that's about it. I do know that these are going to be coming in N690 steel, ran 59 to 61, which is spot on for N690. I'm a huge proponent of N690 making its way into the folding knife world. It is a great steel. There's a reason that we haven't seen it a whole lot in the past, and that's because it's more costly to use N690 from Bowler. It steels like 154 cm, 14C, 28N, they are much more accessible and they are a lot more affordable. Something like N690 just costs more to get and use. We have a beautiful, wild blade shape here. This one is stone washed. They also did a black wash variant, and I think there's a satin variant as well. Dual thumb studs for the deployment, a deep carry clip that's left-hand friendly, and we have a nice little geared back spacer in there. I believe that is going to be aluminum and matching our thumb studs here. And then this is going to be a button actuated plunge lock. We do have a stop pin in there. That feels very, very good. Can we flick it? Can we roll it out? The springs in this thing feel very good. Nice and strong. Thumb flick, no problem. Thumb flick is money. Reverse flick all day long. This thing is really cool. Let's get a look at the size on this guy. We'll grab our tape measure here, and we'll start off with the full length. That's going to come down there at all of 8 3/4. It's just shy. We'll call it like 8.7. And then we have 4 inches of cutting edge, 4 1/8 of total blade. We'll have a couple of size comparisons here. We have the Kaiser Drop Bear up top and the Spyderco Para 3 on the bottom. And 2 more. We got the Vosteed Croc 329 up top and the big Kershaw Launch 16 on the bottom. And the Jugger is going to even be a little bit bigger than something like the Launch 16. We'll grab our 50 ways baked in GBall Vision Hank here and get a look at this pocket clip. This is a clip they have used in the past, and it works really well. You have this nice off angle here that really helps it go over the seam of your pants. Plenty of clearance in there to get this in even a lot thicker seamed pants. Going to carry pretty deep. You'll have a little bit there poking out, but not much at all. Retention is going to be on point there. The screws are surface mounted, but the clip is not recessed. This type of clip works really well in most cases, and it is going to be left-hand friendly. Grab the arch nemesis here off the shelf, and we'll give this bad boy a weight check. And I like to play a little game here with the new knives that come in. It is called Guess the Weight, where I attempt to guess the weight of the knife. But I always invite you to play along. You can put your guess down in the comments, ounces or grams, whichever you prefer. Even if you already have a comment down there, go ahead and put a guess. And if you enjoy content like this, knives and EDC, double check and make sure you are subscribed here to the channel, because I release videos on knives and EDC stuff every single day. I'm going to give it a go here. Man, this is a big boy. I'm going to say we do have recessed steel liners in there with a bunch of milling for weight relief. Carbon fiber's not heavy, though. I bet this is up there. I'm going to say 3.9. Oh! Yes, yes! Brick walls, baby. Yes. See that brick wall? Don't piss with me today. Actually, he's kicked my ass like 2 or 3 times today. 110 grams and 3.9 ounces on the nose, baby. Yes. That is the first one I've even gotten remotely close today at all. The others have been pretty far off for my standard. 0.4, 0.5 off. That's not very good. But nailing it right on the money, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now what we'll do here is grab our calipers and we'll get a couple of measurements on the handle and blade. We'll start off with our handle thickness. That's going to be 0.48 and 12.3 millimeters. We'll go over to this blade stock thickness, 3.71 and 145 thousandths. So pretty thick blade stock on this fella. We'll get 2 measurements on this one here. So we're about 25 thousandths on this secondary edge. Let's get a look at the primary edge here. And that's coming down thin as hell. Down there at 18 thousandths. Let's see how this bad boy cuts out of the box. We'll use our standard catalog paper here. No, this does not tell us everything we need to know or want to know, but it's a pretty good indicator. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar with N690, that is okay. Don't listen to the banter in some cases there's people who know and understand that N690 is a more expensive steel. It has performance identical to something like 154 cm. It is equivalent in its toughness factor. It is just as edge retentive, if not even a little more, and it's also more corrosion resistant than 154 cm. There's nowhere 154 beats N690 other than maybe the cost, right? But they are different steels, and N690, in my opinion, is a very welcomed option around the $100 price point and under. Obviously, the scales are going to change the cost. If you got micarta and N690, well, then 70, 75 bucks makes a lot of sense. Something like we've seen Kaiser doing recently or Vastid. Now, you toss these insane carbon fiber scales on there, and I bet we're looking at a retail price of 110 on this guy. 110, 120. Now, with that being said, I don't know the final price. I will have links down in the description, and I will also have a 10% discount code for the Wixco website, which will knock an additional 10% off. So say it is 110 or something like that, you know, it's going to go down closer to $100. So at that point, I think this is going to be an awesome option. If they can keep the price at 100 or below for this guy, I think that is 100% fair. I'm going to bring out another knife that was just released in N690 and micarta, and these are like 75, 80 bucks. N690 and burlap micarta, steel clip, you know, so at 80 bucks, if this is around 100, I think this is a superb option. Now, if we start going up past 120, you know, after, you know, with the discount code, I think that's a little bit expensive probably for this particular one in these materials. So like I said, if they can keep this down around $100, that is a good price point for this guy. Let's go ahead and we'll get a hardware check here. Non-tooled pivot, clean show side. That's one thing I love about Wixco and Monster. They don't put a ton of branding on the blade. T8s on the body, and they were tight. T8 on the pivot, T8 on the body, and T6 on the pocket clip screws. I don't think you need to take that off in order to disassemble it. The only time you'll need to move that is, or take that off, is if you're going to change it to a left-hand carry. That is the off-grid driver with a T6, 8, and 10-bit included. I always have that link down below in the description. If you need a driver and you don't have a driver, that is a very cost-effective option right there. We'll run this through a couple of checks here, and then we'll introduce the Jugger to the spine whacker and see what this thing is all about. It is centered up. The springs are really nice on this button plunge lock. They are in some ways starting to be phased out. All that is left when it comes to button plunge locks, though, I will say, not including this one as of yet, but the ones that are left from like Katuo, CJRB, there's a few companies still doing button plunge locks here and there, and they are superb. Like, very good for a button plunge lock that is using springs for the deployment. I mean, this, you can fire this guy out of there. And if we have a good, strong lockup here, then all is well, in my opinion, because we have that beautiful deployment, easy to get to those studs on both sides. This is a great size and a very unique looking pocket knife here. Let's go ahead. We'll get the spine whacker out, see what he has to say. So we're not trying to see if we can hammer a nail into a tree or anything like that. We just want to make sure that our locking folding knife can stay locked up if it meets, a little adversity. We'll go ahead and check our up and down, side to side, wrenching on it good. And there's actually no movement whatsoever, which is a good thing. A lot of times with bar locks, you have a little bit of movement, and that isn't a cause for concern. Even crossbar locks will have a little bit of movement in some cases, but this one does not have any movement. We'll do a light tap to get us going, just to make sure everything is as it should be. Give it another good shot there. Close it and check it. Very good. That was a good shot. Sounds good. Close it and check it. Very good. That is excellent. It sounds really good. Like I have said to you guys in the past, those of you who have watched me for a while have heard me say this before. When they are done properly with good springs and a proper lock face geometry and everything being as it should be, right? They are good locks, dependable locks, okay? There's been some experiences in the past with varying companies who, really let things go when it came to focusing on the lockup. It wasn't until I came along and really, started making a fuss about the locks did things start to finally change, which is awesome. I'm not saying I'm solely responsible, but testing has proven that plunge locks can hold up to adversity and be just fine when they're done properly. And in the case of the Jugger here, it seems we're going to have, off this one example, good lockup and good strong springs. Very, very nice design. I like this quite a bit. The size, the materials. We don't get to see N690 a lot. This carbon fiber is some stunning looking stuff. You got reds and golds, black hues, gray hues. Really, cool looking carbon fiber. I don't think I have seen this stuff before. There's a lot of really cool stuff out there. Then you have that matching backspacer to the studs, a little bit of jimping there, comfortable handle. Yeah, this is really, really cool. Right up my alley, baby. Let me know, what do you think of the new Jugger here? And are you going to be picking up any of the new Wixco or Monster knives that are being released? I look forward to hearing from you. Hit that thumbs up button. And if you enjoy this type of content, double check and make sure you are subscribed here to the channel. And don't forget, I will have links and discount codes down in the description. I'll pop up a couple of new videos you haven't seen yet. Go check one of them out. Have yourself an awesome day. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.